Two bigger studs you're probably not going to see. This is your last fan-requested Friday matchup of the week. This was exciting. You got to see 4 different comparisons. Wow, wow. Next week, of course, we will have a brand new poll, and we'll have the same deal. Hit a 1,000 thumbs ups on the winning video, and I will play all of them. But this is an outstanding matchup. Markus Ruhl versus Michal Krizo. He is a current competitor, IFBB Elite League, so he's not in the IFBB Pro League, unfortunately. Look at the shoulders on this big Markus Ruhl. But you know what? If you individualize the shoulder muscle itself, Krizo, he's anything but trout shoulders, if you know what I'm saying. It's just I believe the clavicle width is a monstrosity of Markus Ruhl, and he has massive shoulders as well. Throw in some very cut abs and legs to match his physique. Calves, he was known for a monstrous set of calves as well. Markus Ruhl definitely is running all over Michal Krizo in the front relaxed. Front double bicep. I have chosen. I choosed. No, it's not choosed. I selected the older version, when he was younger. Ironically, the younger is the older of Markus Ruhl. I tried to use the late 90s if I could. I liked his physique better back then. He was rock hard, grainy. His wheels looked more impressive, I thought, back then. I mean, for instance, here's a 2002 Night of Champions, Markus Ruhl, known for, maybe the best bodybuilding physique of all time at this event. I tend to disagree. Hey, he beat Bob Ciccarello and an aging Paul Dillette. It was basically a weak lineup, and he won. He won by far, by a mile, but still, Ciccarello and an aging Paul Dillette were 2 guys that you would expect Markus Ruhl to defeat on any stage. I gotta give the front double to Markus. His arms are just so much more massive, and I preferred him better in the older version, believe it or not. The younger man. Go to the front lat spread. Wow. I'm telling you, go through the shots of Markus Ruhl when he was younger. Back in 99, he was unbelievable. Look at his hair. It's like Mr. Smithers? Is it Burns? No, Mr. Burns is his boss. Smithers! Mr. Burns. Licorice whip. Little bit of a flat top. Muscle separation, size, all angles. He's defeating Michal Krizo. I think he was being ripped off back in the day, was Markus Ruhl. When he first hit the scene, too much muscle, they probably said. Yeah, whatever. Side chest department. I mean, you know what? Krizo, his chest looks good from the side. Nice, thick, full. And I would expect Ruhl's chest to be bigger from the side. Looks bigger from the front. I don't know. I'm not saying Ruhl's losing. Ruhl looks like a beast. And more than just the size. In particular, earlier on in his career, like here in, I believe, 99, his conditioning, his muscle separation, and his midsection was tiny as well. I mean, he's outstanding, is the big Ruhl. Anyway, anything but trout shoulders, like I said earlier, for Michal Krizo. Maybe even bigger shoulders than Markus Ruhl, known for having the biggest delts of all time. Well, Krizo might give him a run for his money. Side tricep development, and hey, this is just what I was just talking about. They're delts. This is a good showdown here. And if you thought I was talking loose, I'm sure there was some people that would hear that and say, there's no way Krizo would have the delts of a Markus Ruhl. Well, take a look, guys. Maybe not, but hey, giving him a run for his money for sure. But this is a side tricep. Markus Ruhl was so good back then. Unbelievable. Muscle separation and size. If he was around nowadays, I think they would have no choice but to give him the Sandow. That is, if he was to bring a set of steroided glutes, which not everybody had back in the day. I mean, Jay Cutler was winning Olympias with soft glutes. Look at his 2007 showing. There's pictures of him with a badonkadonk, a soggy old donk. Now, Markus Ruhl, everywhere else, looks like he's way more conditioned, other than the glutes, but maybe he's not flexing them. Hey, you give this one to Michal Krizo all day long if you want, if you're going to just judge the glutes. But that's ridiculous. Everywhere else, Markus Ruhl is a beast. Couldn't find the young man version of Markus Ruhl. I suppose he's still probably pretty young here. I think this is 2004 for the rear double, and his back was better earlier on in his career. I'm telling you. And I'm not saying he's losing this one. You can see again, it's just the glutes. Just the glutes. And of course, they would probably pick him apart nowadays. Again, for Krizo, look at those delts. I don't think there's a man alive that would, man alive, there are men alive in here. I don't think there's a man alive that would be able to duel it out with Markus Ruhl in the delt department. Quite like Krizo. So yeah, I mean, if you're going to look at just the glutes, of course I wish I had another rear double by earlier on in his career. He's more conditioned then. Abs and thigh. Wow. Look at Markus. This is Markus Ruhl. Can you believe that? He's awesome. Looks like Nick Walker in the abs. Very divorced set of abs. Never mind separated. Michal Krizo, he's a solid competitor in the abs and thigh. Maybe not my favorite. Far from being my worst. I like the guy. He's outstanding. Finish this one off, and the most muscular will make it easy. Makes it a little easy on you to make your decision on this one. I mean, Markus Ruhl, those front shots, and even in that rear lat spread, other than the glutes, the guy was pretty conditioned and proportioned well. Fantastic. This most muscular, a thing of beauty, and it's etched in stone in the annals of bodybuilding history, and he's just blasting Krizo out of the whatever. Most muscular crab position. Look at Ruhl. Hey, a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. Whatever. Krizo, I'm not going to say this is photoshopped, because the guy has outstanding biceps and delts. You could see that. So this pose here is just displaying those muscles at their most, but still does kind of look photoshopped a little bit. Look at the back. Take a look at the back. Markus Ruhl, hey, if you're going to use the other pose, he is winning hands down on the most muscular pose. And in my opinion, he is also winning this entire matchup is Markus Ruhl. I just think when he was a younger man, his muscle separation and his sheer width was just so impressive that he would have dwarfed a guy like Michal Krizo, who is nobody's fool at all. Hey, Ruhl, like I mentioned earlier, he was defeating guys like Paul Delat, guys like Bob Ciccarello. Well, hey, he was good, but I mean, he was no Markus Ruhl. I don't think too many men on this earth will ever be a Markus Ruhl. Hey, you know what? There is a possibility, and I always kind of thought this. Markus Ruhl, if everybody was natural, nobody could take anything, I think Markus Ruhl might even be the biggest dude out there. No, I'm not saying that he was natural at all. But hey, there was guys probably taking twice as much as he was doing and nowhere near the size of this guy. Genetics plus good stuff equals Markus Ruhl. Like that flat top licorice whip. Bum, 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 bum. Whip it, whip it. Have a great day.